Welcome back to the Broken Port Podcast, everybody. This is Mitch and Josh coming at you with another week of all the latest tech news and all kinds of other things that are swirling around in our minds, unfortunately. This week, we've got some great stories. PS Portal is getting some good upgrades, Google monopoly problems again, fresh Instagram algorithms for you and your family. Along with that, apparently, Google's not going to make Pixel tablets anymore. We'll get into that a little bit. And Steam is upgrading their DLC policies and some other stuff like that. So it should work out for everybody in the long run. We'll get into it very shortly. Anyway, my name's Mitch, the guy who pretends to know what he's talking about.
My name's Josh, and I bought in all my expensive stuff before Black Friday. I did it again.
Every time.
Hey, gonna hold this as long as possible, Mitchell. How's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Ah, I thought today was Friday when I woke up, and it wasn't.
I had a similar thought process today,
Yeah,
actually.
it blows. It
Yeah.
blows when you think it's Friday.
Yeah.
Oh
But
man, how you doing, man?
yeah, not too bad. I think it's weird. Like, there's been a lot of sun for a long time, and today it was very gloomy. Yesterday was kind of gloomy. Like, I'm all like down with this gray weather, but the sun will be back. It'll be back eventually,
I think that's a pretty normal response.
I
Anything new in
suppose.
your tech life?
Actually, a couple little things.
Ooh,
Yeah. So, early Black Friday sales, they start tomorrow. Or well, they will have started yesterday by the time you see this video.
yes.
But so first, the other day, I have to open this yet, but my wife said her keyboard wasn't really like feeling the greatest for what she needs. She wants to try something else. So I got this guy.
Ooh, more ROG Strix. Dude, you got a sponsorship I don't know about?
I certainly hope so.
Putting their kids
Uh,
through college.
yeah. So we'll see how that is. It's red linear switches, which I don't know if that's even going to work for her, but we'll
Mm.
see. Maybe I'll adopt that and we'll find her something else. But because I don't know, she's like, oh, these press too easy, these don't press enough. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. But I got another thing that I think you're going to be more interested in. I actually got it on the way home while I was getting groceries today from work
One you can
because
eat, one you can't.
I got one of these guys.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, real nice.
So I was
Transparent tech, man. That's what
yeah,
it's
I
all
was
about.
waiting to see. I was waiting to see if this was going to go on Black Friday sale, and it did. Saw it at Walmart on my way home. I was like, okay, I got to get that. I got to get it before it's gone. So yeah, haven't even opened it yet. Got home like 10 minutes ago.
Well, I got another one of these. I bought
Mm.
my wife one last week because we have gotten into playing this bullet hell game called Brotato, and we are quite into it.
Nice.
Anyway, I had the Xbox controllers in the living room, and like every now and then it would just disconnect for some reason, even though it was through the dongle and everything. It's like my wife. I bought my wife one because we like playing that game, and the kids were fighting because they didn't have any controllers for their Xbox. Look, whatever, get one. I heard good things about this 8-bit do company, and I can tell you, it is legit.
Yeah,
I'm
I've
going
been
to be
curious about
using
those.
one for my PC as well.
Oh
You
yeah.
plug in the dongle and you hit, and like moment it gets pressure, this button is like connected. I'm here for you, babe. Everything's all right. There's no like blink, 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 blink. No Pokemon battle music, but like it is simple. And these ones actually have Hall effect sticks. This is
Ah,
the one above, so I am looking forward to it. In fact, I'm gonna dig the check it out. Live unboxing. Live. I'm gonna get a massive. It comes with the cutest cord.
let's
Look at
let's
that.
do a dual unbox.
Yeah. Let's get some paper cuts.
We saw it here, folks.
Ooh.
Dual controller unboxing.
So this is the size. You know the size of the legit dongle. It's like the size of your finger almost. Like this is it. Just this little guy. And there's no
Nice.
button on it. There's no pairing. It just works.
Mm. Let's go.
Like
Let's go for
that.
number 2. Oh, oh,
It's two-toned. Didn't
And it
realize
broke.
it's two-toned.
Nice. All right.
Sick. That is a sick color. If I ever have to replace another one of my white ones, I might go for that.
And it's got like the rubber grips on the back,
Yeah.
like
Wow.
the Starfield controller.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. We're boring the peeps. That was our tech lives. We hope you guys had a very good tech life. But Mitchell, there's something that got upgraded this week, and that was a PlayStation. Not a Pro, not a retro console, not a controller, but their little handheld game streaming thing, local thing, is now you're able to do like things without a PS5. So that's neat.
Portal. Yeah,
That's
so
smart.
it's an upgrade. It's definitely an upgrade. It's like a side step, I would almost call it, though.
Yeah.
Because it's not running games natively, which
No.
is, what the people want, really.
Mhm.
But you don't need a PS5. You don't need to stream it from your PS5. It's basically you can do cloud gaming with it now.
Mm. Yeah.
So clearly the device could do that, right? Because again, it's both connected over the internet, whether
Yeah.
you're streaming directly from your console or it's just cloud. So it makes sense. It's actually, now that I think about it, it's stranger as to why that wasn't just included from the get-go.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't they have sold more of them? I guess it's sold well anyway, but they would have maybe had less like people talk smack about it, because a lot of people talked bad about it. I understand the appeal of it.
Yeah.
But the only reason I don't think I've bought one of these PS Portals actually is because it has that proprietary headphone connection. You can't just use whatever earbuds or headphones
That's
you have. You
annoying.
have to get the PlayStation Link enabled ones, which is like they have their earbuds and they have their like elite headset or whatever. And I don't really want either of those. And they're gonna be like another $300 or something. Like they're like the same price as the Portal. So that's why it's like, okay, well then I'll just buy a Steam Deck or something.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, either way, good upgrade. Maybe they can do some more along the way. I mean, if they're willing to upgrade it like this, maybe, I don't know, maybe they can add some sort of like expandable storage that connects via USB and you can just play games natively.
Mitchell, is this a response to Xbox's everything's you're busted handheld that your daughter broke? It's an Xbox. This thing that controls your RGB, it's an Xbox. This empty Coke can, it's an Xbox. Everything is an Xbox. Your mind, if you want it to be, it's an Xbox. Is this their little response to that and their handhelds? Oh, we're coming out with a handheld soon.
See, that's the kind of competition right there that makes good stuff happen. That makes like good products, because when like PS3 and Xbox 360 were going at it, or just like PS2 and the original Xbox, there was good games, there was good quality consoles, everything was good, because like, hey, we have to like push ourselves to make sure that it's good and it's what people want, because otherwise we're not going to sell it. Right now, it's just, okay, how many loot boxes can we sell, and da da da, and season passes and stuff, and it's just, it's not fun for anybody. It's just like stocks. But these are games. These are what you do when you're done with stocks for the day.
Yeah.
So, everything is business, of course, but it would be good if we start to see some competition, not between people online, but between the actual companies to push each other to do better.
So apparently this thing will run, if your PlayStation 5 runs a game 60 frames a second, it will do that way on the Portal as well. But not all the time. There
Mhm.
are dips and lows, and this is all dependent on your internet connection.
Internet's going to be very
Yeah.
dependent, right? Because everyone's going to get different experiences if they have super high speed or they have kind of mid internet, whatever. But do you have a PS Portal? Let us know in the comments below. Did you get a PS Pro? Are you about that life? Let us know how it is if you got it. Either one of those, and let us know why or why not you think it's a good idea to also grab one if you have one.
And let us know if you guys are watching us through a browser, maybe a Chrome browser. Something going on with Google and the DOJ. I'm getting sick of hearing about this stuff, man.
Up
I'm
to it,
I'm done.
up to the shenanigans again.
Anyway, what do we got?
So we talked about this story a little bit. I forget, maybe a month ago,
Yeah, a few episodes back.
month or two ago. Yeah. So basically, the DOJ, Department of Justice, going after Google for being a monopoly. And see, the problem with this is that okay, Google's a search engine. Yeah, they're the biggest search engine, and they don't have much of a competition anywhere. Like
Yeah.
Bing is there. Nobody cares.
Edge is like, I made a drawing for you. Good. I'm gonna put it on the fridge.
You know what? I'm gonna put it right here. Right on the refrigerator. That way we'll get to see it every day. All right.
Yeah. So and and I think they're going after Android and Chrome with this.
Hmm.
Now, we've like I said, we've basically discussed the story already. There's no way that Google is ditching Android because they want Google to divest or get rid of Android and Chrome
Yeah.
so that those are separate companies. Google doesn't own them anymore and whatever.
DO
Frankly, what does that have to do with their search engine being less of a monopoly?
I don't know. I
That
don't.
makes no sense.
Is this maybe
And
overreach?
this is like actually in this article here from techcrunch.com. Who's this by? This was by Sean Gallup. At the end of this article, um, where is it here? Um, it's basically I can't find it here right now, but it basically seems like this is more of an attack from like other companies.
Hmm.
Because if you think about it, if there's anything that has to change, it should be related to the search engine.
Yeah.
Not and they're not it says they're I think they're not allowed to invest in like AI
Yeah,
search
I
related
have it
things and
right
that kind
here.
of
It
thing.
says the DOJ proposal also includes restriction on Google's contracts, licensing search data, and preventing future acquisitions in certain tech areas. Google has opposed these measures, arguing that they would harm consumers' security and the company's competitiveness in AI. So they're concerned that they won't have a leg to stand on if they're not allowed to do their AI thing. Like it's a race right now. Why are
Yeah.
you hindering one company just because they excel at what they excel at, you know?
Yeah, and you know what? Out of all of this that Google's being uh kind of I'll say attacked for, but the options that are being thrown around or whatever, that part to me makes more sense because it has to actually do with the search engine
Mm,
than them having to get rid of Android or Chrome
mm,
because that's just like, oh well, then just be a search engine. Well, what? The search engine is the problem. Why do you have to get rid of these other things? That's just going to help like Microsoft or Apple, who Apple doesn't even have a search engine. Apple uses Google. So, and they're also a competitor to Google. So, it's just the whole thing. I don't understand it. If anybody has kind of inside tips or the inside scoop on this to make more sense, why this would be proposed, let us know down below. I'm very curious to know why.
yeah. Yeah, it's not great when the government tries to tell tech companies what to do. They have a point, but this seems a little overreachy to me. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
Let's have a fresh start. Let's reset this algorithm. Fresh start for your algo. Mitchell, don't you hate when you have like a micro focus for 2 days? Be like, oh man, cabinet making so awesome, and for the next 3 years, that's all you're fed.
Yeah.
What do we
Kills me.
What do we got?
So Instagram, this article from The Verge, our lovely verge.com that we always seem to find something good with. This is by Jess Weatherbed. This is entitled Instagram will let you rebuild your recommendations from scratch.
This is cool. This is good.
This is really good, and this is something that should have always been around.
Yeah.
There's no need for you to always have this
Because
same
before, what
thing.
you have to do, delete your account and then remake it.
So much work to get recommendations changed, and it's like, oh, you were just talking about something, or you did like for some reason I could look up, say, like graphics cards every day.
Mm.
Okay. But if one day I looked up, I don't know, like something random, like where's the biggest mountain in the world, I would see nothing but mountains
Mount
and
Kilimanjaro.
yeah, and like mountain related content and probably hiking boot sales and all kinds of things, but I would not see anything graphics card related. There would be no Nvidia, there would be nothing, even though I'm continuously searching for those things to find out what's happening. No, it's gonna be all mountains now
How
because
you
of
gonna
that
get
one
your
search I
scoop
did.
on leather jackets?
Exactly. What
Right.
leather jacket am I going to wear on top of Mount Everest? I need
So
to know this.
This is cool. There's not much to touch on, but keep abreast of this situation and future updates, because this this is great. It's great. We want to give teens a new way to shape their Instagram experience so it can reflect their passions and interests as they evolve. Teenagers go through, like, even kids, my kids, they just like flip flop,
Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap.
over, like, oh, I thought you liked this topic. No, I'm onto this now.
Yeah. Kids are constantly changing what they're interested in, what they like. I mean, even just people in general
Mhm.
are often changing like what they're interested in that week. Or I heard about this. I want to look that up.
Mm.
So really good. You can reset your recommendations, your algorithm, so that, hey, I'm looking at this stuff this week. Now I'm going to see that kind of stuff this week. But now next week, I'm not into that anymore.
You can switch
Let's
gears.
hit reset.
Mm.
Yes. Now I'm going to finally see my Nvidia and my leather jackets. So fantastic.
Mm.
Well done, Instagram.
Rare win for Instagram. Good.
Very good. Good on Instagram this week. We don't really say that much.
What do you go on Instagram with, or TikTok or whatever? How do you scroll? Do you go on your phone? Do you use a iPad?
I use my phone,
Yeah.
but
Well, you won't be
some
using
people
the
don't.
Pixel 3 tablet. I'll tell you that.
Apparently not. Google reportedly cancels Pixel Tablet 3.
But why?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because they had to divest. The Pixel tablet was too much of a success that they had to divest it, and that's gonna affect search engine numbers.
Jeez Louise. What are we doing? My father-in-law loves these tablets.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if he's got the Pixel or if he's got the other one there, but he loves Google Google phones. He's had the Note until they stopped making it. Yeah, he loves these things. Yeah, so that's bummer summer, you know. But
Yeah.
like, these things
no
come
more
and go.
no more Pixel tablets.
Maybe they're slowly trying to kill off the Pixel brand. Who knows?
It's very possible because the Pixel phone, even though it has the things that it excels at, is never a top dog. People buy it, and certain people love it. A friend of ours, actually, he was the one that called just during the podcast here. He probably called from his Pixel phone. But it's never really there where it needs to be. And maybe Google's seeing that, maybe it's not really worth it. Who knows? Start with the tablets, maybe it'll move to the phones, but who knows? We'll see what Google does next.
Let us know what tablet you guys use.
Yeah, and do you have a Pixel phone? What do you think about it? Other than the camera, what do you like about it?
Yeah, I got a friend at work. He just loves his Pixel. But anyway, So I thought I was waiting for you pre-show, and this article came up on The Verge, and I thought this was very interesting. And this is Steam sticking up for the little guy, the consumer. What do you think, Mitch?
Pretty cool. So yeah, we're going back to The Verge again.
Gold
I
mine.
mean, certain things, if they're not broke, you don't gotta fix it. So
well,
that's
let's
just
be
fine.
careful. We don't want them to divest.
That's true. Maybe they should eliminate some of their topics on the website because it's gonna get too good, too big. The article by Umar Shakir. Steam is adding support and more rules for season pass content. This
Good.
seems another good idea. 2 in 1 week.
Yeah. You know,
Not too bad.
we crap a lot on these companies sometimes for making kind of iffy, but not enough golf claps for when they do something right.
Yeah. So quick kind of little quote here from the article. It says, as part of Steam's new rules for season passes, developers must share a list of items with descriptions customers can expect to receive with the pass. If a DLC drop gets delayed, Steam will let developers reschedule it up to 3 months later. And if developers have to cancel a DLC, buyers must get a refund for the item value.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. And keeps devs accountable. Sometimes in the case of it's a small studio and it just didn't work out and whatever. Okay, yeah. That's understandable.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, nobody wants to lose their money either, though, to something like that. But especially for, big AAA studios, they'll sometimes just cancel stuff. They'll be like, we're on to the next game now, so whatever.
Yeah, and I don't put it past Steam to maybe treat this case by case. Like
Yeah.
if like a lead developer had a family emergency or something and had to like help his mom through like 6 rounds of chemo, well, okay, maybe we're not gonna spank your early access game just yet.
Yeah.
You know? Like I think
I'm curious to see how that kind of stuff will go. But either way, to have this for even if it's most of the time,
yeah,
very, very good step in the right direction for the consumer because DLCs now they're like basically every game has DLC that has some kind of story or multiplayer content.
Mhm.
So this is good to see and is going to make people more like make people be able to rely more on their purchases as well because sometimes you'll get like a season pass for a game or something, no idea what's going to be coming, so that's also another thing they have to announce what is going to be coming. I don't know how in depth that's going to have to be, if it's like we've got new maps or we have new skins or we have whatever, but it's good that there has to be a list now. I don't know how in depth that's got to be because
Mhm.
Some things they are going to want to have as like a surprise,
Mhm.
right? But just something, maybe that even means like, they might list, there's going to be kind of these few styles of items to expect at this frequency.
Mm. Yeah, like Steam redefining what a season pass is. Steam, on many considerations and restrictions, has outlined the documentation on pre-purchases. So is this like kind of like pre-buy it now and you'll pre-order it now and you'll get the gorilla skin or whatever. Pre-order it now and you'll get the blue ship.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like overall, this isn't going to prevent them from releasing more content than they announced, but it will prevent them from releasing less.
Mm. And also, I wonder if this does anything for the loot boxing, hoarding, and aspect of it. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, it's
it's a good
little
thing.
little things like this. I
It's a
feel
good.
like this week, I don't know, there's like some sort of shift all of a sudden that consumers matter or something.
It's because
Crazy as that
consumers
sounds.
are about to spend a lot of money.
That's true. That's very true. Maybe these kinds of things are being put out as goodwill because everyone's going to spend all their money in the next 2 months. And then we get to the drought season of like January, February, where no one's buying stuff and the
Pay
stores are
all their
quiet.
cards.
Yeah. So maybe this people will be like, oh well, there's better stuff happening, and I want to be a part of that, and maybe I will buy this because I'm not so worried anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah.
So, Mitch, we have our fun discussion now, and I thought, instead of going over an old article and seeing how relevant it is or a trend, tech you rather. I have 5 questions for you that the machines help me write.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So this is a would you rather, but tech related. Mitchell, would you rather use a laptop with an amazing screen, make up the specs, but terrible battery life, or one with a great battery life and kind of mediocre display?
Hmm. It would really depend on what I'm using it for. Like, I would.
Gun to your head, man. You got to answer the question. No ifs, ands, or buts.
I mean, this to me almost seems like
Well, a laptop.
it's like a PC versus a MacBook
Yeah.
situation here.
Okay. Well,
You know.
what's that laptop's intended purposes?
So if it's a gaming laptop, then I would take the terrible battery life because it's gonna have to be plugged in all the time anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if it was my work laptop that I need on the go, that doesn't need to be like top tier performance of whatever, then I would take the better battery.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay. I'll accept that answer. All right. Moving on. Would you rather have a PlayStation 5 with exclusive games or Xbox Series X with Game Pass? So in your case, you have both of these. Which one are you chucking out the window?
this is actually being presented with this question is much harder than I think to answer because yeah, I have both. But it's weird. I feel like Game Pass is more worth it,
Yeah.
but I make just as much use out of the PS5 exclusives. So
Every time at your house, we're playing PS5. I think I touched an Xbox controller over your place once.
yeah. Mm. That's a tough one. I mean, probably for where I'm at right now. See, I have a PC though, so I can play all that stuff on my PC.
That's where I thought you were going with it.
So if I have my PC, then I would keep my PS5.
Okay. Would you rather game on 4K 60 frames per second or 1080 but 240 frames a second for better performance? Now, keep in mind, you're not an esports person, you're not a YouTuber, you're Mitchell Grote.
No, I would do 4K 60 all the time. Yeah. Would you?
Well, I've just learned. I've just came alive with frame rates past that. It's not that hard to go back. Like if it's been 10 years of like a variable frame rates, yeah, I wouldn't. But PS4 is still fresh in my mind. That's all that was, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather use a smartphone with the best camera or the fastest processor?
I would go fastest processor.
Yeah, me too. That was
because the camera's great, and maybe if I was like a photographer always doing shots, then good. And I do get like I get irritated if I'm at like a concert or something and I try to take a picture and it's trash.
Yeah, just dog crap.
Yeah. But I know I'd much rather have the faster processor because that's better for my life. Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather game on the latest hardware but poor internet, or have slightly older hardware with ultra fast internet? And poor internet you can still make it work. It's just there's a little bit of annoyances there.
I think I would take the fast internet.
Yeah. I'd rock a PS3 or 4 if it meant lobbies like the second.
Yeah, I would take the the better experience, like the better performance over the better look,
Mm.
which I guess kind of goes contradictory to my answer to the 4K 60 1080 240 answer.
Yeah.
But in that case, no, I would rock my PS4 instead with good internet than my PS5 with like
Yeah.
meh internet.
There's nothing horrible than teleporting across a map, or like you get hit in hockey and like the guy was 80 feet away. Like all that about that packet loss. So you
Packet
know,
loss. There you go.
you'll teach me about
We'll
this.
we'll get to packet
I'm
loss.
getting there. I'm
Yeah.
getting there. Speaking of tech terms, Mitchell, what the heck is a IP address?
So
Because IP at this address and UP over at your address.
So IP address, we probably should have talked about this last week and done subnet mask this week, but it's okay. We'll carry on.
Mm.
So IP address, there's a good chance that you've definitely heard the word IP address, whether it's in your day to day, it's in a movie, or anywhere else. But yeah, IP address is basically the address of your computer on the internet.
Mm.
So think of it like if the internet's a street, your IP address is the house number for your computer
Okay.
on the street. That's how you get mail. That's how people know where to find you. All that
Kind
kind
of
of
like
stuff.
a condo building too. Like the internet is the building, and then your home is the computer, so it knows where to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's your IP address is the same as your street address. It's designated, instead of being designated to a house, it's designated to a device that connects to the internet. So that's what an IP address is, and you're going to see it written in, like we discussed last week. It's going to be written in 4 octets, which is 4 groups of numbers.
This is at 192 dot something something dot something something dot something.
That's right. Yeah. So here, you know what? Let's see if we
Kobe.
can do a little something like this here. So let's just pull this up quick.
Oh, you doing some producing?
Oh yeah.
Oh, watch out. Production values through the roof.
All right. Okay, so if we go here, let's see, we might have. Okay, so if we go 192.168.2.1,
Okay.
that's going to be kind of a regular IP address that you see at your house. This is the kind of IP address that you will have at home.
Okay.
And we can get into why you're always going to see this 192 address at no matter whose house it is. You'd be like, well, shouldn't it be a different address? No, but we'll get into that another time. So like you see here, so you have 1, that's your first octet, that's your second octet, that's your third, and that's your fourth.
Okay. And now is the
So-
first 2 always 3 characters, and the second 2 always 1 character?
Nope, just in this scenario. So it can be up to 3 numbers.
Okay.
The reason for that is the reason it's called an octet is because each one of these contains 8 bits of binary.
Mm.
So your binary is 1s and 0s. So the 1s and 0s are going to make the numbers that you see here. And we're not going to get into all of that math right now, but that's how these come to be. So once you break everything down, it makes a lot of sense. But for now, you have 4 separate numbers that make up your IP address.
Okay.
This number at the end here is the one that's going to change for each individual computer, say in your house.
Okay.
And that will go up to 254.
Okay.
That'll be the highest one that you see. There's technically
4 of them.
it technically goes from 0 up to 255.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you'll see in your subnet mask, like we talked about last week. But the 0 is going to be the address of your network.
Mm.
And then The 255 is what's called the broadcast address, which technically is to send a message to every device in the network.
Mm.
So that those two are never used. So you basically have from 1 up to 254.
54. Okay.
So
Now,
you have that many addresses, that many devices can connect to your network, 1 to 254.
can you change your IP address on a certain device in order for like priority when it comes to speed? Is that something that comes into play?
For your IP address, no.
Okay.
Speed is not really a
Okay.
factor there.
Okay. I thought lower numbers were higher priority, and you give the kids the 230s, you know? That's what my broken mind thought.
No, just sorry, I'm just gonna pull this up. No, just yeah. The number doesn't have to do with speed or anything. It's just that's just the address for it
Okay.
for whatever it is. So just one little part of that. So you might look like that, might look like this. It's never gonna look like that, but we'll get into that later.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a quick little bit on what IP addresses are. Basically, yeah, the address for your computer on the internet.
That is cool. Hopefully you guys are all watching this on a computer on the internet. And
Yes, indeed.
if you're watching that somewhere somehow else, then let us know how you got those mutant powers, because I want some.
Are you watching on a Pixel Tablet 3 from the future? Did things change?
All right, Mitchell. Creator Corner.
All right.
Who do you have?
So this week, this is actually a newer creator for me, who I heard of through one of the other channels, Deck Ready.
Okay.
So Deck Ready, I think I mentioned Deck Ready before. Otherwise, I have mentioned their other channels. Jimmy Champagne, he does PS Ready, who we've talked about a number of times, and he often references actually this channel, Fan the Deck. So for all things Steam Deck, Fan the Deck, great creator. I've only watched a few of his videos so far, but whether it's a technical video for Steam Deck or just like an update or games or sales, covers it all.
Yeah.
So really great creator if you have a Steam Deck. Really great creator if you're thinking about getting a Steam Deck, or
Get
if
the
you
white
just
one.
get the white one. So really, check out Fan the Deck. Great things for all things Steam Deck.
Alrighty. All
Who do you
right.
got?
That brings me to my creator, and my creator is a little bit sarcastic. Comes from a place of me being a little perturbed. But that's Game Linked. I love Game Link. Game Link's great. The format is absolute perfection. We take a lot of inspiration from that. It's great. It's part of my morning routine. I eat my breakfast at the hospital, and I get the same thing at Tim Hortons every day. I watch Tech Link, and I watch Game Link. Last week, I go to put on a certain Game Link episode, the episode for that week, Thursday, and it was not there. They have ceased operations on this channel. LTT is the mother company, and I'm not here to get into awards. I'm not here to shoot any shots, but that's a damn shame. That was a perfectly fine 7 to 9 minute video in the morning. You know, sometimes you need a quick little video to get you through the day, and sometimes you need a little routine to get you through the day.
I love Game Link. You get to alternate between Tech Link and Game Link. Yeah,
it was great.
It's it's been a sad week without any Game Link content.
And I think they shut down Mac address as well, but like I didn't watch that. I'm not really a Mac person.
Yeah.
But like, you know, pour one out to all our homies that like Macs. But yeah. So if anyone from LTT is showing like watching, I doubt it, but like if you guys are like This doesn't take much to produce. It's not a podcast that you're gonna kill. Like it's a 7-minute video.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments. Do you watch Game Linked, or did you watch Game Linked, and how you feeling about it pausing? I don't know what's gonna happen. They said what was the post that they made?
I don't know, but if you watched last week's WAN show, I only watched the beginning of it because then I got mad and I shut it off. But Linus was really quick and abrupt in explaining it. And he said words about we can't get into, who's been laid off or whatever, or alluded to it or whatever. And I was like, what is going down? And he was like, sometimes this might seem a big like corporate lawyer speak, but sometimes corporately you need to move past projects that aren't having as much growth as possible. Okay, not everything can be on warp 6, man. Like some things are just gonna chug along. Look at us, we're chugging along. We've had weeks where we like jump like 3%. We have weeks where we jump 30% in views.
Yeah.
Like it's just the beast.
What are we at right now? We are at 911 subscribers. So
911.
if you are not part of that group and would like us to move on from 911 emergency,
Please.
then please hit that subscribe button, and we will continue to bring you content just as urgently every week, unlike Game Linked. But yes, the post basically says that it says, I'm going to quote their post here, that it's been a fun journey and the fun is only just beginning. But they're going to rework the channel.
But I
So
don't
I don't know.
understand. It was fine. Is this going to be a longer episode, like a 20-minute episode? Is this going to be like a turn into a short? Like,
I don't know. Unless it's just they're shuffling things with the creatives and stuff there. Because if I didn't get to see the WAN show this past week or whatever, but if Linus said that there could have been layoffs or things like that, then maybe they just have to shuffle people around and that kind of thing. Maybe it's like more of a logistical issue than fully reworking like how it looks. Who knows? I want my Game Link back.
Yeah. I want my tasty, delicious game flavored quick bits.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Sorry to leave you guys on a bad note, but we had some really good positive things in the show. So there is
Check
that.
out Fan the Deck.
Yes.
And Deck Ready. There's
Let's
an extra one. Since you can't watch Game Link now, then go. I'll put that one as well. So Fan the Deck and Deck Ready for all things Steam Deck. Jimmy Champagne, it's on fire. He's got a bunch of other channels too, but I just watch his video game stuff.
Even Brian Garrett.
Gardner Brian.
Yeah.
Josh do word good.
Dyslexic. I just click on the pictures. The pictures are good. Anyway, go interact with your favorite creatives. Because this show's done. We're done.
Yeah. And let us know if we should check out anybody, or if there's anyone you'd like us to shout out on the channel as well.
Yeah, for sure. Well, until next week, I've been Josh.
And I've still been Mitch.
Every day. Every single day. All right. Ciao for now. Go break something.
Go tinker. Go break something.